Hello scrapbooking buddies. Today is Tree-rific Tuesday. I'm going to show you how to make a quick tree. I'm using the Tone on Tone Joy to the World along with the jumbo circle and the red blade, and we're cutting on the inside of the circle. Okay, so you cut all the way around, then you can kind of spin it to make sure that you cut it, and then we're gonna move this. You can use that for something else. Okay, now I'm gonna get the center of this. I'm gonna fold it in half just so I can see where to cut. So I'm gonna bring my trimmer in now, and we are going to cut this in half. You can measure, I don't know, I just found it the easiest way to put it here on the line. Bring my little guides down, make sure. And once again, if this is not exact, it's not gonna be a big deal. And you're gonna see why in just a few minutes. So I cut it in half, kind of turn it around. This time I'm going to just eyeball it. And it looks pretty close there. Cut it in half. So now we're gonna have 4 of these, okay? So now we're gonna make the part of our tree. So we're gonna use the 45-degree angle on here. And the first one, we're gonna put it on the 45-degree angle. We're gonna bring the tip down to 3 inches, okay? So put the tip at 3 inches and then go ahead and cut that off. So we don't need this. The next one I'm gonna cut at 2 3/4 using that 45-degree angle again. And make sure it's nice and straight, and we don't need that. Okay, then the next one I'm gonna do at 2 1/2 using that 45-degree angle again, 2 1/2. And then the last one I'm gonna do at 2 1/4, still using that 45-degree angle. Okay, putting it on there. So there we go. So we don't need these. We're done with our trimmer for right now. So what we have are our little parts to our tree, okay? So I'm gonna use the diamond arch punch. And the first punch, I'm gonna try to just put the tip of in the middle. So you'll kind of notice that the corners go to the end, and if it's not exact, once again, it's not gonna matter. Okay, so then we can pull this over, and we have a little tiny notch here. So we're gonna match up that notch. Make sure our paper's nice and straight, and punch again. So now we need to do the other side. So let's go ahead and pull that out. We're gonna put it in over here. We still have that notch, so we don't wanna pull that little piece of paper off. That's telling us where we're gonna punch it in at. So we're gonna put that in there. And there we have one of our trees, okay? So now we're gonna continue to do that with our other pieces. We're gonna go ahead and put it in at the center, okay? Punch. Bring it down, line up that notch, pull it out, and do the same thing on this side. Line up that little notch, and now we have our next set of our tree. So the next one, we're gonna pull this aside here, put it back in here, and this time it's gonna line up pretty even right in between the notches. Bring it down, line it up over here, take it out, and bring it over here, line up this little tiny notch right there. And as the pieces get smaller, you gotta kind of work with it a little bit. And our last little piece, I'm gonna put this in. You're only gonna have tiny little pieces of the sides sticking out here. Okay, but we're still gonna use that notch because we still want it to line up evenly. Bringing it over here. Line up that last little notch and punch. Okay, so there we have parts of our tree. So now we are ready, just move this aside, to start sticking down. So I just grabbed another one of the pieces from the Joy to the World, and we need a little tiny trunk base. So my trunk base is 1 by 1.3, okay? So we're just gonna stick that down here with a little bit of tape. And if you miss the dimensions, I will put those up for you in just a second. This one was cut at 3 inches, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and use a little bit of repo tape on that in case I pull it up and I wanna change it a little bit. So that was the biggest one, so that one's at the bottom. And just kind of decide where you want it. Then I reversed the sides. You could keep them all the same if you wanted, but I kind of like the look of reversing them a little bit. And that's going to be your next set of branches. Then I'm going to put the print side up on this one. Okay, and last but not least, our little top. Now you can go ahead and embellish this with a star or with whatever you want, but there's tons of room here left for your pictures. And I just wanted to show you this fun little quick tree that you can do at Christmas. Happy scrapbooking. And if you like this, make sure you subscribe and click notifications so you hear about all my latest videos. Merry Christmas.